Hello everyone. Welcome back to the Eden raids. It is time for us to go and finish the last third. Should probably mender up. Oh, frick, yeah. We mender up here. Freaking earrings that give bonus experience that, because I have them equipped on every class, basically, you know, freaking the durability goes down super fast. But yeah, we're back to finish off the last of the Eden raids. Let's talk to Yelfort for Worlds Apart. Yelfort is the bearer of tidings of some description. What? Good news, or at least it has the potential to be good news. I've received word from Master Urianje. Unfortunately, the message was rather thin on details. He only requested that you return to the Crystarium and meet him at the Wandering Stairs. Not the most likely of places for important meetings, but I suppose you might be able to squeeze in a pint or two while you're there. To the Crystarium, in that case. He bears tidings of some description. I don't remember that being the thing. I don't remember that. So that was funny. Over by the market, it looks like. Oh, yeah. Because there's like the tavern thing that's up here. That's right. I do still have some of the role quests. I think it auto-completed one of them when I performed the skip. Giat is healer. Sarag is ranged. Magical range DPS. Oh no, it's like we have tank over there. So I think it may have auto-completed the physical DPS automatically for me, because that's the person I'm not seeing. I'm only seeing just those three. I mean, this is the tank one because I'm on the tank class and it's blue instead of red. I don't see another red anywhere. Oh yeah, next to you is right there. I need to do that at some point. Okay. A Manic Pixie Dream Realm is a fun. It's the Pixie Society quest. Beast Tribe, as they were called back then. Pray, accept mine apologies for calling thee hither at such short notice. The matter I wish to discuss is of considerable import. If it's that urgent, wouldn't it be quicker to use those link pearl things Ryan's been telling me about? These are words best delivered in person. Did something happen to the empty? Not that doth warrant our immediate attention. The elements are in a state of equilibrium, and the propagation of flora continues apace. So what's this about then? As thou art aware, we are not of this world, hailing from what is referred to as the source. However, unlike Rin, Thancred and I exist only as ether given corporeal form. Our bodies remaineth on the source, though the thread that binds us to them doth grow weaker with the passage of time. And if you stay here too long, you might never be able to return. I wonder if this is a 7.3 quest, since this would be the point. Or maybe I just, like, didn't get... Maybe that last one wasn't the last quest? I don't know. Precisely. Now with the wheels of change in the empty set in motion, we believe this is a fitting juncture to take our leave. We shall but regret not being present to see the transformation reach its completion. I probably should have double-checked. That hardly seems worth losing your bodies over, though. If you have to go back to your own world, who are we to stop you? I always knew this day would come, You'll still have Gaia and Rin. I know that you'll see this through to the end, together. We will. I may not be half the woman Minfilia was, but I have friends I can turn to. They might be brutally honest in their opinion at times, or prefer to save their words and let their actions do the talking, but I wouldn't have it any other way. You know, we won't let you down. Just promise you won't transform into a crazy ice lady and try to kill me again. Though I can't say what the future might bring, no doubt Ryan and Gaia will need your support in the days to come. Alas, the mysteries surrounding the fairy are yet to be solved. Whether thou shouldst find the answers that thou seekest or nay, lend not thine ears to its honeyed words, for thy will is thy own. Never forget this. I won't. The time of our departure is at hand, yet know that, no matter where we may be, ever shall we pray for your success. With Urianger and Thancred set to leave the first, it seems wise to share this development with the Elfort, who will continue to oversee expeditions into the empty. Yeah, this might have been a 7.3 quest, which is fine. I just wasn't aware that it existed. When I was doing the Alliance raids, the near raids there for recording, I actually marked down which quests were which part, and when each section began and ended, so that I could be sure that I was dividing it up correctly. But I didn't hear, because I didn't really think that that would be something that I would need to do. But it looks like there's one quest that's kind of in between. In fact, sooner than expected. Is everything alright? Oh dear, that's rather unfortunate. I dare say it's something jolly important for them to leave in such a hurry. In any case, I wish them the best of luck, wherever their work may take them. I shall remain here and hold the fort, as it were, Make the necessary provision should any further forays into the empty be required. Safe travels, Mistress Rin. But yeah, I think this quest is there for, like, you know, if you're doing, like, if you're going through these, it's not, like, weird that they're not there in the next section. Because 7.3, or 6, I don't know why I keep saying 7. 5.3, good grief, wow. I was way off. I was just, I think I was just thinking the current freaking patch for some reason. Which is 7.5, but like, you know, it's 7, you know. So, anyway, freaking 5.3 had them return to the source, so. Yelfort is so engrossed in the slip of paper in his hands that he barely notices your approach. Do try not to startle him. Rin, so the rumors of your knack for being in the right place at the right time are true. You see, we've just completed our preparations for another expedition into the empty. Miss Rhine and Miss Gaia agree that it's high time you all went to see how things are coming along. Though I must say, being at their beck and call night and day does test my patience on occasion. Well, fancy seeing you here. I'm afraid it was one of them, but I didn't know which one. Rin, and technically I still don't know which one. We're just getting ready for another ride on the Sky Slipper. Care to join us? Whoop. My cat almost fell off of the desk. There was one other thing I should mention before you depart. Now that the situation in Yulmore has settled down somewhat, my Socians have made some headway in investigating your past, Miss Gaia. Is that so? I thought that's what you wanted. So did I. But I quite like the way things are now. Thinking around in my past might, I don't know, spoil it somehow. Besides, uncovering the truth behind the voice in my head and my strange powers is bound to be more interesting than whatever life it was I had in Yulmore. I understand. Find the answers together, just like we do everything else. And how'd you make that necklace? How were the coffee biscuits? You mean from the ice crystal we found after the battle? I was sure it would have melted by now, but it seems Rhine was right. And yes, we had it made into a necklace. She insisted that I have it, even though it doesn't suit me at all. Still, I suppose it makes a nice memento, so I keep it somewhere safe. Oh, come on, Gaia. It looked lovely on you. Wait, you're not embarrassed to wear it, are you? Don't be silly, of course I'm not. In any case, I wouldn't want to lose it while you were in the empty. Unlike the coffee biscuits you brought along, I can't just go and buy another one. Ah, there's supposed to be a surprise for Rin. And in case you were wondering, I haven't been neglecting my training. Wouldn't want my skills to get rusty just because Thancred's not around. I'm ready for whatever lies ahead. Orion J would also be pleased to hear you've had your head in those fusty old tomes. I've even done a bit of studying myself. After all, it's up to us to take care of the empty now. I'm looking forward to seeing how things changed since our last visit. Come on, let's head over to the derrick. onward to the final 4 raids. And yeah, I guess I completely forgot that Thancred and Urianger were gone at this point. Because now I'm like wondering how the next like raid begins. I guess we'll find out here in just a moment. Like, I've completely forgotten all of this apparently. It's kind of nice actually, being able to go through this again. It's like, yeah, I know the raids, but I don't remember the story very well. Don't suppose you fancy taking the helm this time? I could do that. Wait, I'll pilot this time. Oh, I didn't realize you knew how. While you were off training, I was practicing with another sky slipper they have at the Crystarium. Really? That's fantastic. Hardly. You've been pulling more than your own weight, and I just wanted to do what I can to contribute more. So you two can sit back, relax, and leave it to me. Sounds like a plan. Don't need to look so apprehensive, you know. Let's get going, shall we? It really doesn't matter what materia I take. I could give myself a very slight boost in stats if I melded materia of this level onto my gear, but it wouldn't really matter at all. So strange suddenly seeing you at the controls. Why didn't you tell me you'd been practicing? I thought I'd surprise you, that's all. Well, consider me surprised. All this time I thought you were only good for smashing things with your hammer. Humph! Bring that up again and you can walk the rest of the way. See, I'd best behave. Wouldn't want to get stranded in the empty and miss the festival. Ah, I suppose this is the first you've heard of it. We haven't exactly been keeping it a secret, but it's still in the planning stages. You see, the return of the night sky has brought lots of changes. While everyone is glad, the reality is it's also been quite stressful, having to adapt to a new way of life. Seeing how hard our elders are working to keep the Crystarium running, youths like myself came up with the idea of hosting an event as a way of expressing our appreciation. Once we return from the empty, I'll be helping as one of the organizers. I'd be happy to help, provided I'm suitably compensated. I'd offer to help, but I think you have everything well in hand. Once again, my hair glitching through the freaking thing, but that's fine. Wouldn't be so sure about that, but I try my best to make it a success. If everything goes well, all you'd need to do is turn up and enjoy yourself. How about you, Gaia? Would you like to help with the festival? What's that? I haven't been listening. My leg is cramping up a bit. Piloting this thing must have made me more tense than I'd realized. And let one of us take over. No, I'll be fine. Well, as long as you're sure. But if you feel like switching places, just say the word. Something's on her mind. No, how can this be? It's begun withering. I think that explains it. The crystal. It's very light infused. Like, does this mean there's still too much of it in the empty? I'm no expert, but this may be a result of losing control when you restored the ice element. Even though I tried to use darkness to hold back the light spilling forth, it seems it wasn't enough. Then we're right back to where we started. This is all my fault. No, Ryan, you mustn't blame yourself. You have returned to me. Restore the darkness while you still can. A familiar voice, an inescapable fate, the promise of salvation at the precipice of ruin. In the remnants of a lost past, I would find my truth. Fear of the dark. Gaia appears to be conversing with a voice inside her head. Restore darkness. What did you say, Gaia? Restore the darkness to the world flooded by light. Ah, that's it. We thought we'd restored balance to the 6 elements, but perhaps they're still too strongly aligned with light. If that's the case, maybe we can set things right by using darkness. Using darkness? Are you serious? But hold on, it might actually work. Gaia, that's a brilliant idea. I wouldn't go that far. I just remembered what I'd learned during our adventures, that's all. This does mean we'll need to call on your services again, if that's alright with you. We've come this far together. We'll see our mission to the end. To Eden's core. Alrighty. Restore darkness. I'll say one thing before we start. If this all goes horribly wrong, don't even think about pitting it on me. Not that it will, of course. Right, let's get started. But, were there any primals aligned with darkness? Can't seem to recall any. You mean there isn't one? I mean, there's Zodiark, but we, haven't fought him yet. Yashian's god Zodiark may be suitable, but we need something that Rin has actually encountered, and preferably defeated. Well, does it have to be a primal for it to work? It's just a lot of just a lot of darkness that we need. Perhaps there are other ways to get it. You may be right. What we ultimately need is a state of highly charged darkness. It shouldn't matter what form it takes. Does anything come to mind, Ren? Oh yeah. I dare say, the Flood of Darkness had a fair bit of darkness. I know a few Void Scent that would fit the bill. The creatures I unleashed while under the fairy's control. If we were able to summon one powerful enough, it just might work. In the cloud of darkness, I can't begin to imagine how powerful it must have been. I say we found the perfect candidate. But where to find a suitable place? One where darkness is strong. Won't be easy in a world flooded by light. Well, we've got the Warrior of Darkness and the Oracle of Darkness right here. Seems like a good enough spot to me. But what about the light-aligned ether that's all around us? That's where you come in. You can suppress the light while I draw out the darkness. By combining our powers, we can make it work wherever we are. Combining our powers. Yes, between us, there's nothing we can't achieve. Don't be afraid, Gaia. I'm not afraid, just very concerned that this will all go horribly wrong. Which is the same thing, I suppose. Anyway, it's certainly not easy coming up with these plans by ourselves. That's true. When this is over, we can reward ourselves with all sorts of delicious treats at the festival. Festival? What do you mean? We spoke about it on the way here, remember? That's if you wanted to take part. I was busy piloting the Sky Slipper, so I probably wasn't paying attention. Oh well, not to worry. We can talk about that later. Right now, we've got a job to do. I'll draw out the ambient ether, and I'll shift its alignment to darkness. Now, Rin, focus your thoughts. Memories of the cloud of darkness enshroud your mind. Eden's Promise. Umbra! Except isn't darkness actually astral? Not Umbra? Or maybe they're using the term Umbra for darkness, but not Umbral. Though balance has supposedly been restored to the 6 elements, it seems that they are still strongly aligned in favor of light. To rectify this, you and your companion seek to call forth an embodiment of darkness, and by its defeat, restore life to the empty. Yes. Basically darkness is the element of life, which is essentially what is wrong in the void, is that on the 13th, because it's all darkness, therefore it's all life aligned. So every time somebody dies, they just come right back. And so there is no death in the void on the 13th, because darkness is aligned with life, whereas light is aligned with stasis and death. And something about the elemental wheel, like it's like backwards on the source, if I remember right. I mean, this whole expansion was about that, basically. If I look up element wheel for FF14. Inter-elemental relationships. Spark of lightning ignites when it strikes, and thus fire is born. The heat of fire renders to ash all that it touches, and thus earth is born. The density of earth shuns sun and harbors cold, and thus ice is born. The armor of ice melts away, and thus water is born. The moistness of water mists and rises, and thus wind is born. The gusts and sighs of wind gather the clouds, and thus lightning is born. The earth grounds lightning, water erodes earth, lightning boils water. Fire is extinguished by wind, ice is melted by fire, wind is obstructed by ice. None of that is what I was looking for. 6 elements are manifest in all things great and small, and their polarity driveth from the astral heavens above and the umbral depths below. Yeah, it's something like that. I'm not finding the exact the exact information doesn't seem to be here on the wiki. So fire, wind, and ice are on the astral, lightning, water, and earth are on the umbral, it looks like. I do not know. Anyway, there's something like that about it all. I just don't remember the exact specifics. An astral charge brings activity, while an umbral charge resulting in more passiveness. I don't know. I feel like that was like a big piece of confusion that kind of came about. Well, I guess I'm gonna pause because it's been 6 minutes and the average wait time is 20 minutes. Oh my gosh, I didn't even see that. Oh my gosh. Seriously, it's been half an hour. And 2 DPS are readying up. Because of course they are. I'm hoping that the next 3 won't be as freaking ridiculous to get into, but who knows? Abyssal abhorrence, cloud of darkness. Now I think this is the like FF3 like remake version of her. But I don't remember. I know I looked it up at one point. I mean, there may not have even been an FF3 remake. I might just be like coming up with that. I know there's a 4 remake that was on the DS and has since been released on Steam. You know, the game that I did one episode on, and I haven't gone back to it because freaking RPGs are long. I kind of feel bad too because, like, it's not that, you know, the game was bad or anything. It's not that I didn't like it. It's just RPGs are long. And, like, I played... Like, I was playing it at the same time as, like, VA came out. And, you know, I haven't continued VA because, you know, I just haven't, because RPGs, they are long. You know? Combat where you can't stand still. How do you do this with Black Mage? Don't ask me. Cool. How you do that section with Black Mage? I have no clue. I mean, it's not fully true. I've done it. But still. Well, you want to get close until it becomes a vine, and then it makes it easier to pull apart. And that's true for any chaining mechanic, by the way. Like, if you know that you're going to get chained to somebody, it's generally best to, like, move close to them. Because the chain will start at the distance you're already at. And then you have to pull it apart. You know? Also, like, am I supposed to be using Bloodfest just for Burst Strike? Because, like, it never lines up with any point when I have freaking Gnashing Pact. Alright, here we go again. With the empty plane. Dead in one spot. Oh, nope, it was on the other side. I almost caused a problem. All because I read that completely wrong. Clock long enough to reset it. Oh my! Chica is the only healer alive. Like, okay, I get the tether because I want to get real close, and then I want to move away. See, I only had to go like a quarter of the arena because of that. I'm actually kind of surprised that I haven't, like, taken any hits yet. I'm actually kind of surprised that this wasn't a rendition of the Cloud of Darkness theme. You know, since it's the Cloud of Darkness and all. I just realized a tank, the one that's been holding aggro here, his name Meteon was right. That's depressing. Multiple people step on the square, it accelerates the timer on the square. But it doesn't matter if you move off of it fast enough. There we go. I think literally everybody left is what that was. I think they opened the chests and then immediately all left. I mean, it's fine. It's not a big deal, you know? It's just like, why open the chests? Like, why open the chest if you don't want the loot, you know? It just seems odd to me. That all went surprisingly well. Of course, we have Rin to thank for slaying that ghastly creature. You were fantastic, Gaia. Anyone would think you're an old hand at this. You weren't so bad yourself. We make quite a team, don't we? We certainly do. Don't know about you two, but I'm itching to see whether our hard work has paid off. Let's head back. And now we'll have a full crystal. Plants are just as lifeless as they were before. Maybe the light's influence is still too strong? What in the world? And fleeting hues and endless warmth, a gentle light washed over me. A glimmer of hope once lost. All of the elements are now in alignment. Hooray! We did it! Shadows of the past. Gaia is more than a little vexed that your last outing did not result in greater changes in the empty. We tipped the scales away from the light, I'm sure of it. Something's wrong. Very wrong. For 100 long years I have waited for this moment. I knew it! You've been hiding inside Eden all this time. It's an Ascian. An Ascian. I am Mitron, servant of Zodiac. The voice that has whispered to me all my life. Indeed, and thanks to you, I am all but free from my prison of light. Does that mean Eden was used to seal away an Ascian? Wait, that is Eden. An Ascian transformed into a Sin Eater. Humph. I've heard enough about Ascians to know they're nothing but trouble. But I never imagined that one of them was behind all this. I thought that restoring the darkness was my idea, but this was your plan from the very beginning. It was, but all it took was the slightest suggestion. The rest was entirely your own doing. Ah, my freedom is so close I can almost taste it. Finally my soul may journey beyond the flesh to which I am yet bound. I knew you would come for me, Gaia. Humph, don't flatter yourself. You've caused me nothing but pain. If I've helped you, it wasn't intentional. Even now your memories elude you. Hearken unto me, Gaia, and remember. Oh boy. Whoop. In age past, the world you know as the 13th was flooded by darkness. Like ripples in water, the replications were felt in the other shards. None more so than here on the first. It became perilously imbalanced and susceptible to the influence of light. Were light to consume the first, as darkness did the 13th, it would likewise become a lifeless void, lost to our cause. We could not allow this mistake to be repeated. It was our duty to safeguard this world from the self-same fate. After a time, Emmett Selk conceived of a plan to trigger a rejoining, utilizing the very light we had labored to keep in check, and tasked us with bringing the plan to fruition. But at the last, we were thwarted by Ardbert and his companions. Though our resolve was strong, theirs was stronger still. And as we fell, so too was the light unleashed. For us, however, death is not the end. Though our bodies may perish, our souls live on, withdrawing but temporarily to the rifts. Until you can find a new body to possess. I too would have been reborn, but ere my soul could leave its corporeal form, Ardbert struck me with a blade of purest light, and a light enveloped my body, twisting it beyond comprehension. Eden, the first Sin Eater. My soul felt such agony as I had never known, and then I knew no more. In my incessant, instinctive state, influenced by Ardbert's fervent desire to banish darkness, I unleashed the light burgeoning within me, and it spread as an all-consuming wave to every corner of the world. Oops. Thus triggering the flood of light. The flood of light! So that's how Sin Eaters came to be. All would have been lost had not the one called Minfilia appeared, halting the light's inexorable advance. She saved what little still remained of the world. In the process, she also restored to me a sliver of my consciousness, though I remained trapped in my altered form. Motionless, I was capable only of feeble whispering. Emmett Selk, couldn't he have saved you? Perhaps he could have, if such had been his wish. Far easier, however, to simply find another piece of my fractured soul to replace me. From his perspective, there was no need to intervene and potentially disturb the balance of our ether, and so here I remained. So, after you failed, he left you here to rot. Some friend he turned out to be. Thus abandoned, I called out for what seemed like an eternity to the only soul who could save me. You, Gaia. All this time, you were calling to me for help. Yes, but you had forgotten me. Forgotten our duty. Though vestiges of your true power remained, you could not wield it at will. Time went by and eventually change came. The light began to subdue, and the dark of night returned. Gradually, my voice grew stronger until I was able to exert my will over you. You wanted me to free your soul from Eden, which is why you had me attack it. Another plan that ended in failure thanks to Rin. Indeed, thankfully your subsequent attempts to restore this barren land allowed Eden to absorb more and more ether aligned closer to darkness, gradually eroding the cage of light that holds me.
I want to tape it back up before we lose the cat out of it.
Owing to your most recent efforts, my mind is wholly mine once more, and I am able to project my image beyond those confines. Then, all this time, been helping to free an Ashian? Humph, that's a fine tale, but why should I care about any of it? What are you to me? Come with me to Eden's core. There all shall become clear. Wait! Oh boy. I have a bad feeling about this, but if we want to restore the land, we need to know what we're dealing with. I've just realized something. If Eden has been absorbing all that rebalanced ether, that must be why we've struggled to restore life to the empty. I suppose we can think about that later, though. More importantly, seems I've lost control over Eden, most likely because of the Ashian. Orianze specifically warned us about not listening to the fairy's honeyed words, so we'd better think this through before we go rushing in. Oh, if only he and Thancred were here now. What are you talking about? I'm sorry, Gaia. Shouldn't be so quick to lose heart. What? No, that's not what I meant. Who are Orianze and Thancred? Uh-oh. Something doesn't seem right about that. Wait, I know those people, I'm sure of it. But why can't I remember them? Thought something was strange when I mentioned the festival on board Eden. It was as though you had no recollection of our earlier conversation. This is most likely connected to Mitron. Damn it all! What more is that fiend going to take from me? To tell the truth, the thing that frightens me most is that you might forget about us. That won't happen. For every memory I lose, we'll make two more together. And if I need to know something, I could just ask you. Why not start by telling me about Orianze and Thancred? To be honest, my nerves are all a jitter, so I need something to help me settle down before we confront Mitron. Orianze is probably the most intelligent person I know. He spends a lot of time reading, but he also says that you can't learn everything from books. and encouraged me to go out and see the world for myself. Sounds sensible to me. Much better to experience things firsthand than to read about someone else's, like those coffee biscuits. No book could ever describe how good they taste. Is there anything else you can tell me about him, Rin? He's devoted to the study of prophecies. He can walk on water until he can't. That's right. That something with that did happen. That's right. I think it is in Shadowbringers, but it's still like it. I don't remember the scene fully, but I do. Seeing that, I'm going, oh yeah, something like that did happen, didn't it? Like he was walking on the water, but then he like fell in and he can't swim. So he walks on water instead of swimming. That would certainly save you from getting wet. Should have asked him to teach me how. I said that in a weird way. Well, something he never quite mastered himself, and he often ended up getting wet anyway. In fact, the whole thing is probably more trouble than it's worth. But yeah, I do remember Urianger cannot swim. As for Thancred, he's the one who freed me from Mulemore. At first I thought of him as my knight in shining armor, but really, he was much more than that. We traveled all over Norvent, and he helped me become the person I am today. He even gave me my name. He's also an expert in infiltration. His gift for song won the heart of many a fair lady, or so he claims. Singing? That doesn't sound like the Thancred I know. It seems he has a way with words. That must be how he was able to choose such a pretty name for you. Actually, while we're on the subject, that gunblade over there belonged to Thancred. As far as mementos go, it's a bit on the cumbersome side, but it reminds me of our adventure together. Even though there's little chance I'll ever see him again, it still feels like he's here with me. I don't know. Freaking, we're supposed to be joining the shards together. So, freaking, who knows? Keeping your memories close. You know what? I should keep a diary. Even if I forget everything, at least I will have something to look back on. It's a brilliant idea. So we're going to be making lots of new memories together. Maybe I could write in it too? As long as you improve your handwriting before you go scrawling all over it, I'd like your entries to be vaguely legible if you don't mind. Of course, your ladyship. But before that, we've got an Ascian to deal with. Let's get this over with. And there are still more out there to deal with, even today. Considering that we just met freaking Holmerit. It was good to hear about our friends, but I still have no recollection of them whatsoever. It's just like all those things Mitron was saying. How can I even tell if they're true or not if I don't remember? There's no point dwelling on it though. Nothing for it but to press on. When I think back on the days I spent with everyone, it's always the tiny frivolous details that spring to mind. Smiles, the little gestures. It's not as though I made a conscious effort to remember them, but they stuck with me all the same. Suppose that's what memories are. A collection of all those seemingly insignificant moments. While they may not have made a huge difference in the grand scheme of things, they mean the world to me. Proceed to Eden's core. There he is. We came as you asked, so start talking. Why settle for mere words when I offer something far greater? Eden will now afford you a glimpse of the past. More than a glimpse, in fact. It will be as real as any of the foes you yourselves have conjured forth. Conjured forth? Wait, you don't mean to perform a summoning, do you? I do. I shall recreate the battle of 100 years past, which pitted Ardbert and his fellow warriors of light against their nemesis, the Shadow Keeper. Ah, the Shadow Keeper is first. Right. Just as Emmett Selk recreated the final days of Omrot. So who will play the part of Ardbert? Whomsoever you choose, though his skill and strength will not be easily matched. And what do you hope to achieve with this history lesson of yours? You shall see. You shall remember. Now your very soul will revisit that fateful day 100 years ago. Kaya, you can't trust Metron. If you do, you'll end up being manipulated again. Fine. You're right. My days of being controlled by this demon are over. I have a new life now. I won't let anyone take that away from me. My will is my own. You have no hold over me. This is all your doing, accursed minions of light. I should be the one at her side, not you or anyone else. I will take her beyond the reach of your poisonous influence and keep her safe. Welp. What have you done with Gaia? Nothing yet, but soon I will restore her to her true self, and you will help me to do so by conquering the adversary I present before you. Welp. I knew it was risky trusting an Ashian, but we played right into Metron's hands. We'll do whatever it takes to save Gaia. It's a good thing there's shorts under the skirt. Agreed. There's no telling what kind of danger she's in, but wherever she is, I know she's giving her all. Even though we're apart, we'll fight as one. Together, we'll bring an end to Metron's wicked schemes. It looks like Metron's grip on Eden has loosened somewhat, perhaps to allow me to send you to the battlefield. Once you get there, don't let your guard down. While this may be a reenactment of a moment in history, the threat you face is very real. Whatever happens, you must make it through this. Kai is counting on us. Eden's Promise Litany, now accessible. Of course, you can access everything from here as well. Or, you know, you can just open up the duty finder as well. So, there's that. Average wait time of 14 minutes. Well, I guess I'll pause and we'll be back whenever the queue pops. Hopefully. Hopefully it pops and it doesn't take half an hour. Fast. That was like 3 minutes. I'm like typing up a thing on my phone and I got like half a paragraph. Ravening anti-hero, the Shadow Keeper. Zoom out big time for this one. Also, switching to this scene would help too, so there's less on the screen. For the Shadow Implosion. This one can be a fun fight. But this one like requires you to be completely zoomed out. Okay, watch the right one. Oh my gosh. The party is like dead. To the side. Oh boy, here we go. Umbral Smash time. Trade! So now they have to hold aggro until the next Umbral Smash. And now we get to trade again. But like, look at how tall this guy is. Like, are you kidding me? How are we supposed to see this? Like, how are we supposed to see his freaking actions? I'm fully zoomed out, and I can barely see what he's doing. Shadow Slash. One shadow. It's the one behind. So now we watch. The first time I did this fight, I could not figure it out. Because I had been playing the whole game at like this zoom level. Up until that point. Like, you can't see crap at that zoom level. Forward Shadow Implosion. I feel like that one's mislabeled. Because that seems like a backward Shadow Implosion. Because isn't the forward Shadow Implosion supposed to go in the direction of, like, forward from the shadow? And then backward is from the freaking, like, towards the shadow? Forward Implosion. Gotta move to the other side. Oh my, everybody's dead. We don't have the people for this one. That way we only get one. That was not the left. I'm sorry. Okay. I mean, it's me and one other person. And we're about to deal with Umbra Smash. Just white. Yeah, might as well. Just reset. There it is. And now Vic dies. This fight can be really hard. But like, again, I'm 90% sure that there's like a thing where it's like forward implosion, but then it like is actually doing the backwards one. Cause like, look at this. It's coming from here, right? So then it goes that way. But the next time it says forward shadow implosion, it's going to go in the direction of the shadow. So it's like the opposite of what it actually teaches you for some reason. I don't understand that. Like, okay, backwards, that's the shadow. So it goes backwards. What? Deep Shadow Nova. So, like, did what's-her-name turn into this thing? Because, like, she's just an elf in freaking, you know, the real world. Oh, frick. That doesn't bode well. Two, three, four. Switch. You can see it gives you slashing resistance down 4. So if you get hit, like, you're just dead. That's just the way it is. Like, no amount of, like, mitigation will let you survive that. Like, right, it should go that way, right? And it did. And then right to go that way, and then it did. See that? Like, there it did it. There it did it correctly. Like, that's what confuses me. That sometimes it does do it correctly. Right? Whoops. Okay. That's it. So forward, so that should be there, right? It should be there. Like, why was it wrong the first time? Like, you see that? Like, literally, it was wrong the first time. It was quite literally wrong the first run. Now it's got Fade Shadow. We either need to be in this corner or the other corner. Depends on which way he goes. Forward implosion. Depends on which way he's facing and if he does forward or backward implosion. There's two entire different things that can happen. Alright, time to be prepared. Because I've got to provoke. As soon as the fourth hits, I have to provoke. That eruption. Right, Shadow Slash. It should be that side, followed by this side. I don't get it. Now it's working just fine. Get ready on the provoke. Drain. Smooth. That was awesome, dude. Like, that was a smooth trade. I mean, it was a smooth trade both times, but like, that was still really cool. And we are now officially at the point where it will now repeat. And now I just continue to tank it until the next Umbral Slash. Or, you know, until we beat it. Whichever one happens first. GG. Da 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 da. Ba ba da ba ba. What is this machinist's glam? Craftsman's coverall top. I see. Don't be afraid. Orchestrion. Cool glam, though. Here, I'll give them the comm. Oh wait, that's not the machinist. That's the Astro that's... I thought that was the machinist, but that was the Astro. That had the... That had that glam. It's Gaia! She's back! Why does all this seem so familiar? Metron's returned Gaia to us, but I have a feeling this isn't over yet. The Warriors of Light, the Shadow Keeper. I've seen this all before. Yes, you and Gaia joined our powers one to create the Shadow Keeper. We bore witness to its battle with the Warriors of Light. Our power? So I was there, and I wasn't alone. No, Gaia, it's not true, it can't be. How can you have been there 100 years ago? Look deep inside. You know it was real. Cast aside those worthless memories and embrace who you truly are. Worthless? Now I see. This is why you've been tampering with my memories ever since I was a child. Just so. And now I possess the means to purge them entirely. Your rebirth will finally be complete. You have no right to deny me a life, to rob me of what I hold most precious. My memories may seem worthless to you, but not to me. I will never be yours. My place is here, in this world, in this life, in this moment. Wherever my friends are, that is where I belong. Yeah, especially, with your girlfriend, for sure. Then you would turn your back on our glorious past, on the lives we once lived. Any past I may have shared with you is long gone. I live in the here and now, striving to build a better future. And I'll be damned if I let you take that away from me. To be reunited at long last, only to be shunned. Would that I had died with you to be reborn. Even without knowledge of your past, we may yet forge a future together. I'm sick of your riddles. Speak plainly or not at all. You and I fought the warriors of light as one, joined in both body and soul. When Ardbert struck his final blow, the light tore through the bonds that held us. Though you perished, I was condemned to a far worse fate. My flesh became my prison, and I was cursed to remain here, an abomination, where you lived on with others at your side. I will suffer it no more. You belong to me. That voice is hard. I, too, was once held against my will, robbed of my freedom, to be trapped and alone for 100 years. I can't begin to imagine the pain you must have felt. But that doesn't give you the right to deny Gaia a chance at happiness. We once knew happiness, true happiness, until fate conspired to tear us apart. I will never let that happen again. We shall be joined as one, my memories, yours, together for all eternity. Darkness, it's rising within me. What? That mark. What is this? Why am I? Hold on, Gaia. Whatever it is, you mustn't give in. Who are you? Yes, yes, Now nothing will keep you from me. I am yours, and you are mine. Well, that doesn't seem good. We are one. We remember. So it's true? Gaia really is a reincarnated Ashian? The girl you once knew is no more. The Ashian who held the seat of Logrith is all that remains. Gaia is her true name. Metron and Logrith. Convocation of 14. Oh, Logrith, how long has it been? How long have I dreamed of this day? She's a Highlander. Is that you, Metron? Forgive me, I didn't recognize you. In my defense, my memories have only recently been restored. My mind is still a little hazy. Hardly surprising. No matter how many times we are reborn, it is disorienting to have everything change around you. Even so, I immediately recognized your resplendent soul, and I cling to the hope that one day you will likewise remember mine. You always were a forgetful one. I could never forget you, try as I might. I was gonna say, it sure sounds like she's trying to get away from him. Tell me, what do you know of my past? I admit my memory may need refreshing. Zodiac. We served together as members of the Convocation of 14, dedicated to the summoning of Lord Zodiac. I like that the statue looks nothing like an actual Zodiac. Although the task assigned to you eventually fell to Elidibus. Yes, I remember. Amidst the chaos and despair, you never left my side, my loyal protector. But in the end, it was in vain. I was powerless to prevent Heidelin from tearing our world asunder. So I heard from Emmett Selk. We labor to make our world whole again. That's why he restored my memories, so that I can play my part. Our part. Alone we struggle, but by joining your power with mine, we may yet succeed. My power? Humph. You always wore one for flattery. Oh, I assure you, I am quite sincere. It would be my honor to serve the cause alongside you, and I shan't take no for an answer. The honor is mine, for as much as I chide and tease you, you are everything to me, my inspiration. When I'm with you, I fear nothing. Promise me that we'll never be parted again. I promise, even should fate conspire to separate us, I will reach out to you wherever you may be. And I will come running. We were destined to find each other, to awaken our buried past and be born anew. Though our brethren employ crystals to return sundered souls to their office, without them, such a feat was beyond my reach. But by becoming one in mind and body, my memories are yours. At last you have awoken. Now the time has come to restore our world to the utopia it once was. Let Gaia go. You are not worthy to speak that name. If you must call her anything, use the name chosen by her parents, if you even know what that is. No, to me, her name is Gaia. And nothing you say about her makes any difference to me. Don't care if she's an Ashian, she's my friend. Was your friend. Never again will she answer to your cries. We won't give up on her. Break the shackles that bind her. Your wicked schemes have gone far enough for taking Gaia back. Not like, it's not like this is the first time we've ever defeated a freaking Ashian. Accursed servants of light, you will not tear us apart again. What is this? Visions in my mind. A summoning? All your hopes and fears turned against you. There is no escape from your past. If I had some cool editing tricks, I could go back and redub that so that it has both Gaia and his voices, but I don't have that ability. Mine is racked with agony as unseen tendrils grasp at her memories. No, my memories are being used to fuel the summoning. Is this how it feels to have the fairy inside my head? I think Gaia had to endure it for so long. You're right. However bad this is, it's nothing compared to what she's going through now. But if the summoning really is based on my hopes and fears, it will most likely create a foe unlike you've ever fought before. Whatever it may be, I believe in you. We'll find a way through this, I know it. Anamorphosis, now accessible. Alright. The second to last raid. Hopefully we can get into this one pretty quickly. That would be nice. If not, then, whatever. I guess, as usual, I'll just do a little pausey and we'll be back as soon as the queue pops. Average wait time is 7 minutes. That doesn't seem so bad. This one might actually pop pretty quickly based on that. Oh my gosh, it's been 25 minutes again. Average wait time 7 minutes. Like, are you kidding me? Anamorphosis.
これはユールモアの監獄と
It's Tancred. Dread Hope, the Fate Breaker.
たとえ何が立ちふさがろうとも絶対に希望を捨てません。
今こそ誓いを果たす時。
これが私が思う最強の存在。あの獣がソイルの魔力を。
First strike. Now, fire's the one that pushes, right? Yep. Ah, that killed literally everybody.
行かせはしない。落ちろ。今こそ誓いを果たす時。
これが私が思う最強の存在。あの獣がソイルの魔力を。
タッチキル。
See if arm's length. Yeah, arm's length also works. Okay, lightning you have to move away from.
行かせはしない。落ちろ。
Not that, you know, he used the one that I thought he was going to use. Ow. Father Mark. I'm gonna explode if I remember right. Yes.
Touch kill.
On the face.
行かせはしない。落ちろ。
Burn of the heavens. I don't remember what this one does.
降臨よ。来たれ。
Oh yeah. So you want to go to fire because it was lightning? Which effect? Lightning and fire. Yeah, that one's really difficult because you have to be out on the edge, but also you have to immediately be in the middle.
こいつを試すとしよう。
トイレに光の力を込めたようです。
And this one's light, which I don't remember. Oh yeah, light's the easy one. Where it drops AoEs at your feet. It's fine. Pound of Faith. Light, but that's not. Oh. I could say, but that's not the range. Prismatic Perception. Wait a moment.
光が強すぎて気配を探れない。
Oh, frick. There he is. So he just hadn't even spawned yet. Like his pieces hadn't spawned yet. 'Cause, you know, I walked right past all of those. Mark. I'm gonna explode. Lightning. We want to be by the fire. Technically, this spot is safe. You only actually need to go out to the middle, or out to the edge, if the middle one is the thing that's being triggered. First strike, that's fire. I'm gonna arm's length again, so that I just don't have to deal with getting pushed. I'm going to explode! Oh good. Fire. For example, here, you actually need to come out to the edge because the fire there is going to blow you up. Most people thought it was lightning. And light, which just means AoE at our feet. Which, you know, if you get caught in that, yeah, it's gonna hurt real bad. But otherwise, like, that one's super easy to dodge. And you just straight up don't have to worry about it. But yes, this is meant to be Thancred, and it's even voiced by the voice actor for Thancred. Fire! Oh, we want to come to lightning. Fire time. I'm just gonna arm flanks again. Because I just don't feel like dealing with that mechanic. I mean, it took him 2 minutes to get to use the mechanic again. Like, you're gonna take 2 minutes to freaking do the mechanic again, and you're gonna be freaking arms flank. Getting pushed, getting knocked back is cringe. GG. There we go. Now hopefully we can get into this last trade quickly. Because freaking I started this at 5. It is 9. Like it's taken forever to get into these raids. Like I could have recorded an entire other freaking video. And the time it's taken. Oop, okay. Somebody was waiting, and then they decided, actually, nah, and they left. I return. So, this is the way of the Ashians, to use the memories of our loved ones against us. That fragmented soul should triumph over their fears while we succumb to ours. The fragmented soul should triumph. Got it. Thereby setting our star upon a course of ruin. That inferior being such as you should succeed while we failed. It defies all logic. Yeah, I'm sorry, but freaking you were too perfect. You knew no sorrow. How's your chance? Kaia's fighting back. Kaia's still in there, fighting to free herself from Logriff's will. Even now, you would defy us. We will remove every last vestige of your meaningless mortal existence. Memories. Guys, memories. It's being destroyed. Impurities must be purged. We shall begin by erasing you from her past, and then by your deaths, erase you from her future. There is no place for you in our utopia. We may be mere mortals, our souls fragmented, but our existence is not meaningless. And you should understand this. Before you awoke as an Ashian, you lived as one of us. You had your own memories, and surely they mean something. The lives you led can't all have been for nothing. To we who have known perfection, they are less than nothing. Compared to yours, our lives may seem insignificant. Nevertheless, we live them to the fullest. Though it may take us 1,000 years, we have the potential to build a world every bit as wonderful as yours. But you won't even allow us a chance to live our own lives and forge our own future? Whatever you forge will inevitably crumble to dust. But we are immortal, our legacy eternal. If our world cannot be made complete as it once was, we will create a perfect moment that shall last forever. By our hand shall our paradise be made, where there is no beginning and no end. Eden's absorbing enormous amounts of ether. At this rate, the whole world will be drained. Light and darkness, the elements of nature, all in harmony. A sublime utopia, where time has no meaning. We shall become one with Eden, free to live in peace for eternity. No, Gaia! There's only one thing for it. I'll try to disrupt the balance of ether and create an opening for you. We can't let it end like this. It's up to us to save Gaia. Mitron won't get away with this. It's all about love, friendship, and courage. Eden's Promise, eternity. Now accessible. Oh boy. It's time for the final fight. The entity formed by the fusion of Mitron and Gaia seeks to create a utopia where time has no meaning. Should this plan succeed, not only will the vast quantities of ether absorbed by Eden drain the land of life, but Gaia as you know her will be lost forever. Ryan makes a desperate bid to send you in pursuit. There is no way of knowing what matter of danger you will face. And here's the anamorphosis, which I forgot to read. Having been forcibly fused with Mitron, Gaia is on the verge of being lost to you and Ryan forever. Make matters even worse, the Ashian draws on Ryan's memories, summon forth a foe born from her greatest hopes and fears. Though you have no way of knowing what powers it may possess, it must be vanquished for it to stand any chance of freeing Gaia. I might end up tome capped, though. Maybe. Not sure. So, I mean, I'm at 1,752. And we're only going to get, what, 20 or whatever? But then it's going to give us like another 100. So I will be close to capped. but I don't think I will be capped. I have 6 bangles. And each one of these becomes an item, so freaking that's freaking 6 accessories. I do have 2 helmets, 1 full legging and 1 full armor. And then I have 1 greaves and 1 gauntlets that I can get. Excuse me. So we'll have to see what all drops in the next raid. And maybe we will have enough to get a bunch of stuff. Again, none of this will work for Rin because it's not glamourable. Or not dyeable, rather, is what I meant. None of it is dyeable. And that means that it can't be pink. And again, all of her glamours are pink. So who knows? Maybe I will one day either be able to solo these, or perhaps I will be able to you know, get enough people to join that, you know, we can do it unsynced and then freaking annihilate. Because there ain't no way I'm doing any of these synced. Like, that's just not gonna happen. Yay, there we go. So yeah, I mean, this is what this gear looks like. And like, I'm gonna be honest, this does look really good. But, it's not dyeable. You know? And then there's the maiming gear. And the striking gear. And if I put on multiple pieces, like, this actually looks kind of awesome. Like, if it could be dyed, I would give this a try. But it can't be. Because why make it dyeable? For those of us who don't want to do Savage, because we don't like unfair game mechanics. That one's pretty nice. Oh, it has glasses on it too. But yeah, maybe if it were dyeable, you know? Wow, that actually looks really good. I think it's the same items. Like the items look the same here, yeah. But then, because this stuff is dyeable, that doesn't look too bad, actually. You know? I just wish that you could, like, load multiple items in. So that you can actually, like, see all of it, like, dyed together. You know? But you can't do that. Which is kind of dumb, in my opinion. There's no way to be like, hey, what does this stuff look like together? You know, dyed, you know? Here's the Edenmorn shield. And also, you know, there are weapons as well, if you do the Savage version. Now, I don't know that I would want any of these weapons. Oh my gosh, it basically doesn't dye anything. That's so stupid, dude. Yeah. The dyes are, the dyes on these are barely even existent. That's so dumb. Do the Savage version so that you can get the weapon. And then you can dye it. Not that, you know, any of the weapon is actually really dyed in the process, but the scythe looks awesome, and I would get it on Cass. But I would not use it on Rin. It's barely even dyed. Oh, I say this though, but I don't remember. See, I'm not even using a like dyed. Yeah, this one can't even be dyed. I'm using the Nebath Zognal. But it can't actually be dyed, because that's why there's the little plus, like dark red and black plus. Because this can't even be dyed. I would need to find one that can be dyed. So, something that can be black and pink, like this, would work. And like, this is the thing with Rin's outfit here. Like, I'm actually wondering what I have here. Yeah. Like, the dark elements. The dark classes. I like that little bit of, like, pink but also black. I don't have that on Black Stage, though. I just have a generic outfit. Looks like it might be... Oh, no. I think Summoner just doesn't have one. Yeah. And here's my Pictomancer. I had to give her the... Well, no, I can't give her the hat because the glasses... They don't have pink glasses. Like, it's kind of dumb that they gave us face wear, but you can't dye the face wear. Oops. There's the machinist. I like this one. Most of my outfits, though, are just generic. Whoops. Are just generic glam. So, like, this outfit really doesn't fit as Gunbreaker. This outfit works for Warrior. And this outfit works for Paladin. But if I could think of another glam, and I've been thinking about it all, like, series, being like, I wish I could find something better for freaking Gunbreaker. Let me tell you, if I could get freaking this, like, this would be good for Gunbreaker, you know? Like, look at that. That looks great as Gunbreaker. You know? Though I probably also want to get the other pieces as well. But it's alright. Wow, we've been waiting 13 minutes. I've managed to be talking for 13 minutes without even realizing. Cool. I mean, hopefully that means that I haven't been boring. You know? I feel like I have a fairly decent whole, like, handle on when I'm, like, being boring. But I could be wrong. So, go ahead and sell all of these for 1,000 to 2,000 gold. You know? Well, I guess, you know, it's been 14 minutes. We're still not in. So I'll do probably what will be the last pause that we need to do for this. So, and we'll be back whenever the queue pops. Finally, almost an hour later. Not kidding. Freaking like 50 minutes or so. Ridiculous.
まだ彼女の意識は残っているはず。必ず一緒に明日を迎えよう。ガイア。
It's great, lady. I will never understand this design. You know, her body looks like a bunch of grapes. So I hate this part. You have to like guess what each one does. And it's also, you know, unless you're like a DPS, you have to look behind you to even see what she's freaking doing. Oh my gosh. Freaking Ramu. Oh, hey. That mechanic was introduced in this raid. That's freaking one of the things that Azeva does in This Is the Realm. Oh my god. I don't know what you're freaking using.
Must you interfere? Our utopia will only be complete. Once you are erased from our memory,
Nice memories are taking
Protect her
form.
memories. Hurry!
you were defiled.
Treasured memory.
Delicious, aren't they?
These are actually quite good.
See? Let's have another one. Half each?
Also, freaking, I actually have an AoE here. Nice.
What happened to the other half?
Am I being erased from her memory?
I told you it would make a great necklace.
Beautiful. I think it'll really suit you.
Me? But I thought you should have it.
The chiseled sculpture.
They shatter. They fade.
Is this ice? Where did this come from?
If this goes on much longer, she'll forget everything.
Retire your insolence.
How about... this one.
That's my color. Now, this one on the other hand. What am I doing with this? I'd never wear this color.
No! We can't let this happen!
You are unworthy of our utopia.
We worked so hard to protect them, but they shatter anyway.
Tranquility and vitality in perfect balance. Why will you not disappear? No! Our utopia cannot fall!
Ice. Ice just tank buster? Or did she just tank buster? Okay, now she's doing a side. Wait a second. Oh, I didn't see that. Oh yeah, see, she's grabbing ice, water, and fire. But, you know, we don't know what freaking water does, though. And also, she's grabbing earth, I guess? I don't know what that means.
Memories of Earth.
Okay. I must have missed something on that one. I should have only been hit by one attack. But I got hit by like 4. Yeah, I was supposed to know that. How? Supposed to know that freaking one of the 2 of those freaking did the side. Freaking, oh my gosh. Wind and water. I've never been able to figure this freaking raid out. Because it, like, you don't get enough of a chance to understand what each one means before they throw all of them at you. And so it's like, great, I have no idea what I'm looking at. Like, which one is freaking Earth? Which one is freaking, you know, like Junction Shiba? Like, okay, what does that do?
Memories of ice.
Like, she's casting diamond dust. Good.
A utopia. A dream.
Duty complete. We got like a superhero dude over there. Dressed in the blue and yellow. I think that's a sage that's in that outfit. Wind up Gaia. But does that earn me enough to actually, like, matter? I don't know. Okay, now we can freaking finally finish this. Again, I started recording this at 5. It is 10. This has taken 5 hours to record 2.5 hours worth of stuff. I did it. She's free at last. At least that's how it seems. She won't wake up. Gaia, I don't know if you can hear me, or if you even remember who I am, but just give me a sign you're alright. Please say something, anything. She can hear you, Ryan. Keep trying. Brought her back once before, you can do it again. You're right, Rin. I mustn't lose hope. Once again, it's a good thing I have shorts underneath that skirt. Wait, what's this? It's the necklace. But she said she left it back in the crystarium. Voice crack. Maybe she likes it a lot more than she lets on. I suppose it does hold a lot of memories for the both of us. Wait, there might be a way we can use this to bring her back. Try calling Gaia's name to help bring her back to her senses. Gaia, we're right here beside you. Come back to us. Necklace begins to glimmer faintly. Oh, nope. There's a talk to her. She can hear us. I know she can. Now all we can do is pray that she'll return. I know there's a few quests after this, so... Gaia, I know you're in there somewhere. If you're lost, I'll find a way to reach you. I swear it. I really wish, though, that they would voice all of this, all of the raids. What am I? Like, it's the actual endgame content. You would think that would be voiced. You know? Mitron, I'm finally free of you, it seems. Ah, dearest Gaia. That fate should part us once more. Still, this is what you wanted. There's no need to be quite so upset. What do you mean? You've been released from Eden, free to be reborn. Perhaps one day, fate will bring us together again, in another life. After all, I've already found me once, in spite of everything. I might even be the one to find you. I fear you will come to forget me, to forget the times we shared. Perhaps, after all, memories are such fragile things. That's why I'm planning to keep a diary. Even after I'm gone, my memories will live on. For future generations to discover. Yes, they'll read the tale of the girl bound by duty, and of her loyal protector, revived in her hour of need. Perhaps you might leave out the part where that protector was the one who needed saving. You have grown strong, Gaia. If I'd found you sooner, then maybe. Oh, he's gone. Oh, wait! Don't leave me! Till we meet again, Artemis. Whose name did I just... Well, never mind that for now. Need to get out of here. Wherever here is. I feel as though there's somewhere I'm supposed to be, but I can't for the life of me remember where. Those freaking boots, though. Hmm? What's this? Is this ice? Certainly looks like it, but it doesn't seem to melt. And it shines so brightly. I've seen this before. That's it. There was a girl. But what was her name? Rind? Gaia! Rind! I can hear you. I can't find my way out of here. Hold on, I'm coming for you. Valkyrie's Gunblade. You remembered. I could never forget you, try as I might. And at long last, life has begun to return to the empty. Just at the crossroads, though. So the ether that Eden had absorbed was returned to the land. Now, just like Metron, the empty can finally be reborn. Though it can hardly be called the empty now, it's a utopia. It looks so cool. Unfortunately, this is the only part of the empty we get to see. And the majority of the empty is still empty. But there are a couple of pockets like this where they exist. Like where, you know, life exists. If I look on her face, Ryan can scarce believe that the empty is restored. I still can't believe this is happening. It's a dream come true. I just wish the others were here to see it. I'll be sure to tell them about it. Perhaps Gaia could pay them a visit, share the good news. Gaia? But how would she do that? Aha! Well, Ascians can travel between worlds, can't they? I might be able to do it too, if I find a way to use my Ascian powers. May prove a bit tricky now that I'm separated from Metron, though. Well, to be honest, I'd like it if you stay in this world, at least for a while. Still have so much to do together, after all. Actually, I wanted to ask something. When you say the others, do you mean Thancred the Bookworm and Urianger, your knight in shining armor? I think you have those backwards. No, it's the other way around. Oh, is it? Seems my memory's even less reliable than it was before. The main thing is, the whispering in my head has stopped, so I shouldn't have any more bouts of amnesia. Even so, there's a part of me that'll miss hearing the fairy's voice. I know how you feel, Gaia. Anyway, we've all been through rather a lot, so why don't we head back to civilization for some much-needed rest? Alright, leave the piloting to me. Yay! I mean, it's still empty out there, but that small bit is better now. Understand that keeping the Sky Slipper here allows us to save fuel from traveling all the way back to Mord Sok. But can't we just carry a bit extra? It's not easy crossing the desert in these heels, you know. I seem to remember you weren't too enthused when I suggested buying some nice, sensible walking boots. Come to think of it, maybe we should rest here for a while. Must be tired after all that piloting. I'm fine. Besides, I had the two of you to keep me company. It was over before I knew it. Taking in the scenery with the wind in my hair really helped clear out the cobwebs, too. Perhaps I should see about getting my very own Sky Slipper. What? You can't just buy one. Even if you could, they'd cost a fortune. Oh, I'm sorry. That must be my Yulmoran upbringing speaking. I'll have you know I'm almost as comfortable in more humble surroundings, like Mord Sok, for example. That reminds me, time we made our way there and told Yelford all about, well, everything. Yay! Now we can fly back to Mord Sok. And at long last, we will be at the end. I gotta say, like, I understand the issue with duty support, right? Like, there is definitely a dumbing down of mechanics in a lot of the dungeons. I still hold that it's not that the computer can't do it. It's that the dungeons that they did do that to, like, needed it, you know? Which does hold pretty well true. So I can get some arm guards. I can get some Sabatons. And then I can get 2 random accessories. Unfortunately, that does leave me with 2 and 2, which is not enough to buy anything for the chest and legs. So I'll just toss those because I'll probably not pick up gear here again. To all the unimaginable things we've seen in the empty, it's nice to get back to a bit of normality for a change. I'll save one thing for this place. For better or worse, I'll never forget the smell. Welcome back. I take it all is well in the empty? It is now. Not everything went quite as we planned, to put it mildly, but we've managed to revive the ambient ether. Now all we need to do is wait for the changes to become widespread. Truly? Wonderful, just wonderful. So share the tidings with our inner circle. And perhaps it is time more people knew of your expeditions as well. Of course, we'll continue to monitor the situation. I'm sure it won't be long before we can allow members of the citizenry to make their own forays into the empty. We've also got gigantic crystal walls that you've got to figure out what to friggin' do with. I'm pleased to say that I too have some good news to share. Our investigators in Yulmore have finally found information pertaining to Gaia's true identity. Really? As it pertains to matters of a private nature, the information is being treated as highly confidential. So I haven't looked at it myself, but I imagine it includes Gaia's real name. To be honest, I'd prefer not to know. But why? You see, I've come to learn a lot about my past, even before my life in Yulmore. I know now that I'm the reincarnation of Logrif and Ashian, and Mitron, the one who transformed into Eton, was someone very special to me. For 100 years, Mitron called out to me in the hope we'd be reunited, but there was no answer. Even so, Mitron held on to those precious memories of our life together, and stopped at nothing to make them a reality once more. I know now that Mitron wanted the same as us, wanted the world to be as it once was. Yes, it's a shame that things turned out the way they did. In those 100 years of solitude, the dream became an obsession. I would have likewise succumbed to the darkness within it if it weren't for Rhine and Rin. If someone had also been there for Mitron, who knows what might have happened. That's why, from now on, I want to help those in need, to give their dreams a chance to come true. For me, the name Gaia symbolizes hope, And though each of our lives may be but a drop in the great river of time, hope springs eternal. Gaia. So, I'm sorry. While I appreciate your efforts to find my past, I'm looking to the future now, as Gaia. No need to apologize, Miss Gaia. As long as you are happy, then so are we. Right, I expect my colleagues will be keen to turn their attention to the empty. If you'll excuse me, I have expeditions to arrange. Till next time. So what shall we do now? Come on, Ryan, don't tell me you've forgotten. The festival at the Crystarium, remember? And don't even think about leaving me out. I wouldn't miss it for the world. I ship them so hard. Like, seriously, I ship them so hard. Do, 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 do. And that is technically it. But, as I've done, let's talk to Luri. Greetings, Rin. How might I be of service? Talk about the final report and unlock Savage in my mind. The final report. As a matter of fact, I'm rather curious to read it myself. And while I have yet to actually receive it, I was pleased to hear that your latest venture has met with success. Be that as it may, the readings did give me cause for concern. That was no ordinary ethereal disturbance. I'm certain that all will be adequately explained by the report. Unfortunately, Miss Ryan tells me there may be a slight delay. She will inform me once it is finished and they are ready to make the journey back here to Mord Salk. She'll contact you via Link Pro as soon as I hear from her. Some days later. Here's the report, written by yours truly. Oh, was it Gaia that said this? Since she's in the front. I think you'll find it quite a riveting read, if I do say so myself. Oh, so you've taken over from Miss Ryan on this occasion? Well, I've recently become interested in writing. That seemed a good opportunity to practice. I thought giving an objective account of events would be straightforward, but it's surprisingly difficult. Reading it back, most of it sounds like gibberish. There are also a few creative liberties in the parts you couldn't quite remember. In any case, I expect it will prove most valuable, providing I am able to discern fact from the, embellishments. With that taken care of, let's treat ourselves to some more snacks. Embellishments? I wonder... Oh, you're not still worried about that, are you? There's just you filling in the blanks, that's all. Here, take a look at this. It's another crystal! I found this after I recovered from the last battle. It's another one of those crystals. The ones that contain Eden's memories. As you focus on the crystal, visions of vanquished adversaries sear your mind's eye, appearing to be far more puissant than your recollections. I'm good. I just went through all 4 Savage all at once. Yes, I saw the images too. I'm glad the foes you actually fought weren't quite so ferocious. Nevertheless, now that we know what Eden truly is, we owe to Mitron to keep these memories alive, altered though they may be. Gaia, are you sure about this? For all of that rage and malice, there was some good in there. And these memories were of you, Rin, so I want you to have the crystal. Think of it as a parting gift from Mitron. I like that there actually is some story here in the Savage, the Savage unlock. Anyway, what was that you were saying about snacks, Ryan? Maybe once we're done, I could take you for a ride. I've got a transportation of my own now, you see. Oh, what? Whenever did you... Oh, never mind. Sure, I'd love to go for a ride, and why don't we ask Rin and Luri to come along too? I'm afraid there's only room for 2. Maybe some other time? That's fine. You two go off and be girlfriends. And there you go. Whatever Miss Gaia beheld in this crystal seems to have quite resonated with her. If you'd like, I will keep it here on your behalf. Whenever you wish to gaze into its depths again, you need only say the word. Which is weird, because I took the last 2 crystals, so why they're being left here this time, I don't know. Like, why the 3rd one's just being left here instead, I don't know. But that's the way it is. But with that, we did not even hit level 81. Which is interesting, because we started... But we started the normal raid with Gunbreaker, level 80, and we got about 3/4 of the way. But when we did the near raids, we gained 2 full levels. And we started right around the same, spot. So the very fact that I didn't even hit level 81, that's insane to me. But with that, we can officially call the Eden raids complete. So I do hope that you all enjoyed. I don't know when the next FF14 thing will be. I know that the absolute latest will be when patch 7.55 comes out in September. But we'll see if there's, other things that I can do in the meantime for 14. Because that's still, 3 months away. But there will be other things, even if it's not FF14. So feel free to keep watching the channel and check that out. So yeah, if you enjoyed, feel free to subscribe. You can check the playlist so that you can watch all 3 parts if you want. In case you didn't see the first 2. Come on out, twitch.tv/SereneInc, where I do stream live normally. These are just being done as pre-records due to the whole, you know, us moving thing. So there's that. Unfortunately, while I did get Gaia, I did not get Rhine, so I'm gonna have to do freaking the second raid, you know, to try and get freaking Rhine at some point. I was really lucky on Cassandra because I got them both on my first runs, which was great. So I'm also hoping that they'll do the Yokai Watch thing again, because I hadn't gotten to Stormblood, so I never got to finish Zazzle or Demona. I think is the two that I didn't get to do. I'm hoping that they will redo the Yokai Watch during all this downtime, so. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. In either case, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.